What's up, y'all? Welcome back to an ESPN NFL 2K5 franchise rebuild with the Detroit Lions, and for the third season in a row, and technically the second season in a row, we're in the NFC Championship against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, we are without our best pass rusher, Cedric Navarro. He's on the bench with back spasms, technically for another week, but we have to face up against Donovan McNabb and the rest of the Philadelphia Eagles regardless. You can see here, Donovan has finally dipped under a 90 overall in his the fourth year of this franchise rebuild, but Brian Westbrook, I'm always so surprised when I see this because he always gets hurt whenever I play as an Eagles franchise, but he is a 97 overall, definitely one of the more dangerous pieces of their offense. Now, they have a young wide receiver room. Their best overall is Adam Simpson out of San Jose State. Go Shockers, a 79 overall. Actually, they're the Spartans. I always want to call them the Shockers. On the other side of the ball, another player that I never see get this high in a rating, Corey Simon, is a 96 overall. Great job by him. And Michael Lewis not far behind him as an 88 overall, but he is only the second best player on the team. There's a whole bunch of guys really spread in the mid-80s. Very solid defense, very solid offense, maybe not as solid as the defense, but an 89 overall team going to give us some trouble. We're going to see if we can finally make it to the promised land of the Super Bowl.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. Up next on ESPN, the road to the Super Bowl. One team can pack their bags after a long season. The other can get ready to move forward to their ultimate goal. Who'll advance to the Super Bowl Conference Championship Sunday? Eagles, Lions, now!
Welcome to Ford Field, everybody. For the second year in a row, the Detroit Lions are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Now, last year, if you remember, the Eagles not only beat us, but they took it all the way to take home the Lombardi Trophy. So we're going to see if we can get a different result with a much better team than we had last year. The Lions are going to start off with the ball. Brees comes out firing, finds Deshaun Foster on the left side, makes a little shake and bake. 7 yards on the first play of the game. Coming up on a third down, we didn't get much on that second down play. We just get pulled down short of the line. They're going to go ahead and measure it just to be sure, but I think I kind of spoiled it on this one. It didn't look like we made it. When we ran the ball, we got this animation regardless, and we confirm what we already know. No first down. The Eagles defense stands tall, and they're going to take the ball back on their own 38-yard line. McNabb stepping back, striking deep over the middle. This time it's right. The number 2 receiver, we did not highlight him. We highlighted Simpson, but he takes that first reception, getting way up the field. And guess what? It's right again. Gets the ball, just gets out of the hands of Farmer, but runs out of bounds. That's going to bring up a second down and short. Westbrook does what he needs to do, gets across that line. That's a first down and a fresh set of downs for the Philadelphia Eagles. McNabb dropping back to pass, looking over to the right side, finding, you guessed it, Gregory Wright getting past the first down line, and it's a first and goal for the Eagles, and it's looking like a lot of the same for Philadelphia here in the first quarter. He throws over to the right side. This one was for Simpson on the third down, but they get called out of bounds. No touchdown. And David Akers comes up and punches through a 23-yarder. So we hold for just 3, and the Lions get the ball back with a chance to actually do something this time. Brees looking over the middle, finds Charles Rogers, evades the pass rush, gets 8 yards on that one. Bring the ball forward. We call up Deshaun Foster, who this time gets the yards that we need for the first down. Move the chains for the Detroit Lions. Moving to a 2nd and 6 on the fresh set of downs. Brees dropping back to pass, looking to the left side, has Foster, throws a little bit of a juke, but can't quite get the first down. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 situation, and we drop back again for the pass, looking over the middle, this time for Roy Williams, but he can't hold on to it, getting rocked by Michael Lewis over the middle. That's going to be another turnover on downs. Now, this was a weird one because it definitely looked like McNabb was over the line when he threw that, but John Ritchie gets the pass, evades the defense. I actually looked to see if I could challenge that, but no challenge was available. McNabb dropping back, evading the pass rush, this time going to get the flag called for the reverse pass over the line, but Boss Bailey's like, no, I think I'll just take that, and I'm going to run it all the way back to the house. Boss Bailey showing off some of that speed, getting all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. It is called an illegal pass over the line, but we're going to go ahead and decline that thing because we got the interception, and we ran that thing all the way back to the house for a touchdown. So 7-3 is the score thanks to this penalty, and we kind of showed it off there. It really didn't look like he had gone over the line. I think they probably would have challenged it, and it would have been a good challenge, but regardless, we got the interception, so the pick six puts the Detroit Lions on top, and Donovan McNabb needs to get something going. Again, a great evasion of the rush. He steps up nice and tall, finds Brian Westbrook behind a defender, and he gets a first down out of that play, a risky play with a big reward. A couple plays later, it's a 3rd and short situation, and that was Simpson, makes an incredible catch to convert on 3rd down, and we head into the end of the first quarter with the Lions up by a score of 7-3. The Eagles still working. We get a toss to the right side for Brian Westbrook, and if you know if there's anything that this defense's Achilles heel, it is a toss. We got a 3rd and 9 now, not going anywhere on the first 2 plays. McNabb looking deep to the end zone. It goes in and out of Sam Hamilton's hands. Wright is looking for some sort of flag, but the flag is not going to come. This lines up another deeper field goal for David Akers, but if there's anything that David Akers to do is hit long field goals. So a 9-play, 46-yard drive, once again resulting in only, look at that juke, in only a field goal for the Eagles. That's a beautiful 11-yard run by Deshaun Foster, giving them a little shake, a little bake, and moving the chains. Drew Brees dropping back, looking for the first down, instead finds the hands of Lito Shepherd, and now the Eagles have an interception under their stat column. Lito Shepherd, he was covering a different player, but Drew Brees threw into traffic, and usually when you throw into traffic, it's going the other way. So McNabb just absolutely makes us pay on the very next play. He finds Simpson on an absolute window threader of a pass, and just like that, the Philadelphia Eagles go up by a score of 13-7. Watch this replay here. Sparks went for the interception, missed the interception. Trufant couldn't get in front of the ball either, and Simpson strikes for the touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles. Kick is up and kick is good, officially making it a 13-7 ball game. The Lions are going to take over this one from about their 20-yard line. I'm not even sure we returned a kick this time. And Corey Simon breaks on through, gets the sack. That's a 6-yard loss, and the Eagles are moving forward. The Lions are moving backwards. Trying to convert something here. We throw way deep. We're very lucky that that ball was not intercepted by Sheldon Brown. It's just going to be tipped away, and we got to give it away again. And the Eagles will get great field position as a result, and the completions keep coming. This time it's a completion to Hamilton, the young receiver core of the Philadelphia Eagles, doing work for Donovan McNabb today. Brian Westbrook, another toss, another good gain. Going to get tackled by the combination of Bailey and Sparks for a gain of 5 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. McNabb dropping back, looking for the first down, slings it to the right side. This time the Lions defense finally gets a hand on it. We try to use our Hamilton there to get like long diving interception, but we will take the 4th down, and finally, we get a miss out of David Akers. It had to come eventually. Well, I mean, it didn't have to come eventually, but this time it does. We get the miss, and we get the ball back at about the 34-yard line. Brees finally finds Roy Williams on a connection. I believe that might have been Roy's first catch of the game. He slings it in there for a first down and a whole lot more indeed. We got Dewey Walters on an island all alone. We're inside of the 20-yard line with that one, and we're starting to use our best offensive pieces to our advantage. Brees dropping back again, looking for someone, rolling to the left, and Backus just got laid out on that one directly into the sack. So that was a great play by the Philadelphia Eagles defensive end. Brees dropping back, finding Brett Richards on the click slant. He's going to get a bunch of yards on that one, but not enough for the first down. That's going to bring up a big 3rd and 2 situation for the Detroit Lions. We got the rookie Derek Carr, the rookie Edwin Carr on the field. I don't know why I wanted to call him Derek Carr. Actually, I know why, but he gets stuffed at the line just like Deshaun Foster did earlier in the game, so we're going to have to settle for 3. That's an easy field goal. John Casey punches that one in, and we're now down by a score of 13-10, but Brian Westbrook has something to say about that. He evades defenders left and right. He's going to go ahead and use that speed. He is across midfield, and then some, finally getting tackled by Teddy Lehman way deep into Lions territory. So Brian Westbrook goes from not a lot of yards to 83 yards on 8 carries, and he's looking like a real game changer here. This time Correll Buckhalter gets the catch in the backfield, but he gets tackled by Grant Norris right away. That's a loss of 1. Farmer finally flashing some defense on third down. It's not going to be any kind of conversion there. The Lions defense once again forces a field goal, and Akers, for the third time in this first half, nails the field goal, and the Eagles go up by a score of 16-10, and that's exactly how we're going to go into the halftime report, by the Eagles up by a score of 16-10 on the Lions. You can see here we're having trouble running the ball. The time of possession is pretty even. The passing yards are getting there, but that 24-100 just absolutely cannot stand. We need to do something about our inability to run the ball in the second half, or Drew Brees needs to turn into Superman. One of the two things needs to happen, and it needs to happen soon, because we are down by 6 points. Simpson, so far, the player of the game. He's got those 2 receptions for 52 yards and the touchdown, but the young Eagles receiving core has been showing our secondary up so far for sure. The Eagles will take over on their own 27 to start the second half, and James Hall must have gotten a pep talk during the halftime break. He breaks through for the sack, his second tackle of the game, and we're using James Hall. We get him right there, back again. We take advantage of this advantage, and we get our pass rush going a little bit, and on third down, we're going for the third sack in a row, but it's not James Hall, it's Chris Hovan. How often do we say that name? We almost never say that name. But 3 downs, 3 sacks, and the Lions defense came out fired up, and we're trying to do something about this. Now, this is a good punt for us. We're on our own 45-yard line. Hunt bursts a little bit of speed over to the left side, gets across midfield. We're going to start this drive on the Eagles' 44-yard line. We drop back to pass with Drew Brees looking over to the left side, finds Roy Williams in the middle of 3 Eagles defenders. That's going to be a first down and a couple yards. Bring it on. We got a 2nd 11 after a short loss from Deshaun Foster. That run game really struggling to pick up, but we find Webster on a beautiful lob fade route just over the outstretched arms of Lito Shepherd. That's going to be a first down. Brees looking over to the middle, lobbing it deep over the left side for Charles Rogers. Maybe a little bit of a poor decision of a throw, but it is going to be considered a drop by Roy Williams. So once again, John Casey comes up to the field to take the field goal. He puts it through the middle of the uprights. It doesn't matter if it didn't look like a strong kick. If it's through the uprights, it counts as 3 points, and we get a little bit closer by a score of 10-16. Westbrook gets the toss to the left side, evades a defender, evades Sparks a little bit. He gets finally tackled out of bounds. That's an 8-yard gain to start the drive for the Philadelphia Eagles. 1st and 10 after a gainer gets you past the first down line. Westbrook gets loose, and he is going to get gone. Even Boss Bailey isn't going to be able to catch him. Marcus Trufant isn't going to be able to catch him, and the Eagles strike again. This is quite the opposite of the game that we had against the Chicago Bears, which was a defensive struggle. This is quickly turning into a shootout. You can see Zach Thomas got nailed with a great block right there, or else he maybe would have had a shot at the tackle, but Brian Westbrook is turning into the difference maker in this game. He's got over 150 yards at this point. He's got a touchdown in the stat column, and the Philadelphia Eagles go up by a score of 23-13. The Lions need something to happen here. Drew Brees stepping back, slinging to Roy Williams on the quick slant over the middle. First down for the Lions, and it looks like we have an injury on the field. The Eagles cornerback Sherman Gill, I believe he's in his 2nd or 3rd year at this point on the team, goes out with an injury. We'll see anything about him later. Drew Brees in shotgun, looking deep to his left side. This time he's going to find, you guessed it, Roy Williams, evading his defender. Great through by Drew, avoiding the zone, and Roy gets a few extra yards for a big first down. After a 3-yard run, we've got 2nd and 7, and Drew, who are you going to call? Roy Williams. Roy Williams getting the ball just beyond the 10-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 from, I believe, the 11, and Roy Williams is having a great game so far. 5 yards, 104 yards. We get a play-action pass here. Drew rolling out to his right, throwing to the right side, and it's Ben Watson, a.k.a. the web of touchdowns. Anytime you throw his way near the end zone, he's going to catch that thing like Spider-Man. Got some stick of Ben Watson, grabs that very athletic catch. You can see Drew kind of threw it behind him. He turns around, he snacks the ball, he takes the hit from Lito Shepherd, and that's a huge touchdown for the Detroit Lions. We really, really needed that. We got down the field very quickly. 6 plays, 80 yards in just 1 minute and 52 seconds. Although the Eagles are never feeling like they're done, Brian Westbrook gets the toss to the left side. That's a solid gain of 5 yards. We'll take a quick look at Brian Westbrook's stats. 11 rushes for 153 yards. He is balling today. However, at 2nd and 5, we have an empty backfield. McNabb throwing it over to the left side. Going to fall harmlessly incomplete. That brings up a 3rd and 5. McNabb dropping back again, throwing it to the right side. This one dangerously close to being intercepted by Sam Hamilton, but it will be a 4th down regardless. The Lions taking back over after not really much of a punt return. We go back to the quick slant. We go back to Roy Williams, and we go back to getting a 1st down. The Eagles have not been able to stop that quick slant today, so we will continue to take advantage of what they give us. And going into the 4th quarter, we are still down, but we are certainly not out by a score of 20-23. Now, Deshaun Foster hits one of the nastiest jukes that I have ever seen in this game, going from a loss of multiple to a gain of 5. Great move by Deshaun Foster there. The very next play, Breeze throws a beautiful ball that only Brent Richards could catch. That's a 1st down. Breeze in shotgun, looking to his left side. He's got Charles Rogers all alone. He drops it on contact, but we get bailed out by the referee. A pass interference call, a little bit too exuberant of defense by Sheldon Browns for the referee's liking, and we get a big 1st down. After an incomplete pass, we got a 2nd down, rolling left, throwing over to the right side. You guessed it, Roy Williams in the end zone. Listen, as I was editing this, I was like, Dewey was way more open than Roy, but when you've got a guy with a hot hand and you're about to get smacked by Darwin Walker, you have to take the risk. And we took the risk, and it paid off for us. That's a touchdown. Extra point is good. We are officially up 4 points, 27-23, one of our first leads, our first lead since the 1st quarter, and we are balling. But so is Adam Simpson, making a very good catch over the middle. Adam Simpson is going to be a problem in years to come. McNabb throwing it to the right side, once again almost getting intercepted by the defender. We're going to see what the penalty call is here, and that's going to be a holding call on the offense. So the Eagles are going to take a big step back, 2nd and 18, as the clock continues to wind down. McNabb throws a dangerous pass in the backfield to John Ritchie. He gets barely a yard on that. Actually, I think he got tackled in the backfield, but the worst result possible, Enrique Hunt goes down with an apparent injury to his knee. We'll have to check out that injury report the next time we get a chance to. McNabb rolling to his left. There's a flag thrown on the play. Hall seems to get his 3rd sack of the game, and there's another holding call, but this time the holding call is on the defense. Hopkins got a little bit exuberant with the hold at the line, and that's going to give the Eagles a bit of a bailout, and you can't give them any room. Wright just absolutely mosses Sam Farmer. I think I was remarking at this point, as we take a look at the performance of Wright and Simpson, 66 yards, 75 yards, that I had not been very pleased with the way that Sam Farmer had been playing in these playoffs so far, and I think that's really apparent in this game. Wright snags another catch, another 1st time. That one was on Marcus Trufant, so not everyone is safe from this critique. But once again, another pass against Farmer, and Wright has the ball, and he basically just gets to waltz into the end zone, and the Eagles now take the lead back. We'll take another look at this one. McNabb slings it to the right side. He saw that he had a mismatch there between Wright and Farmer. Wright has been the better guy all game, and he proves it there by giving the Eagles the lead right back, but it's still only a field goal game. Anyone can take it after the 72-yard drive. The Eagles are up by a score of 30-27. We've got Breeze flinging it over the middle for Charles Rogers on the quick slant. That's an 8-yard gain, keeping things moving. After a dud of a play on 2nd down, we go back to, you guessed it, the quick slant to Roy Williams. It's been the cheat code so far for this game. Why would it be any different moving forward? Roy finally just gets his 8th reception for 150 yards. You got to have a star in order to take the other star out of the game. Breeze flinging it over to the left side. Everything coming Roy's way is getting caught right now. He grabs that one for a 1st down and then some. We're well into Eagles territory. Breeze rolling back, throwing it to the right side to, you guessed it, Roy Williams. Man, they're throwing 2 defenders. They're throwing 3 defenders at him. He's balling every which way right now. Breeze throws it over the middle to Darwin Walker and gets it intercepted on a terrible throw moving backwards. I was so upset when I did this. Why I chose to throw it to anybody other than Roy Williams is unbelievable. Why I didn't look at Roy just being open over on the left side on single coverage on Sheldon Brown, but for some reason I threw it to Dewey, and we paid for it. But on 1st down, I think we're inside of the 2-minute warning at this point, so we're desperately trying to get some stops. We take a timeout after getting the 0-yard gain. We take a timeout after forcing the loss of a yard or two. 3rd and 11. This one is big. Westbrook's going to get past the line, scaring us a little bit, but Boss Bailey makes a great tackle, so we make the stops that we need to. We get the punt that we need to force. We need a good return here. We've got Terrence Hopkins in here, filling in for the injured Enrique Hunt. He takes it at about midfield. He gets a nice block on a couple of sides, evades some tackles, and a fantastic run for us. We got 1st and 10 on the 36. We got a minute and a half. We have plenty of time to either tie or win this game, but I don't want plenty of time. I want to do it right now. We find Roy Williams on the left side, and we get our asses into the end zone. That's right. Bang, bang. Shooter McGavin. Roy Williams continues his amazing run and has basically put this team on his back, because I don't know about you, but he wants to go to the Super Bowl. So we got ourselves into the end zone. The kick is up, and it is good to force the Eagles into needing a touchdown. A field goal will not tie this thing. And with just one play and 36 yards, we go ahead and make Roy Williams the hero of the game. Now the Eagles are never out of it, but it helps when they're going to throw flats to Brian Westbrook, and we just absolutely swallow one up. So 1st and 10, absolutely nothing. 2nd and 10, also absolutely nothing. Great defense by Kevin Smith. Keith Smith, one of his names. I've never figured it out. I had 4 seasons with him. McNabb throws the 3rd and 10 ball away to nobody. Cannon's yelling at him. He's telling him somebody else is open down there, and this is the 4th down. This is pretty much the only chance they have, and Westbrook can hold on to it. I don't know why you would throw it to the flat anyway, but that's going to give us the opportunity to finally get out of this one. Deshaun Foster does not help us, gets tackled for a loss of 2. Glover also does not help us, gets tackled for a loss of 1. That allows the Eagles to take a couple of timeouts, and we marched backwards a couple of times. We have one more chance to get something out of this drive. Foster gets some room. We make sure we juke. We make sure we stay in bounds, and we get a 4th and inches call as the clock continues to run. So we had a choice. We decided to go for the quarterback sneak. 3 sacrifices his body, and instead of taking the points and leaving it up to our defense, we go ahead and sneak through on the sneak itself, and we seal victory. And the Detroit Lions, y'all, are headed to the Super Bowl to play for the Lombardi Trophy. After 3 shots at the NFC Championship game, we finally come out victorious, and we're headed to that championship game. Taking a look at the stats, I said we either had to get better at running the ball or Drew Brees had to turn into Superman, and it turns out that our Superman was actually named Roy Williams. With very literally an S on his chest, he put the team on his back, and he carried us with 11 receptions, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was the man in this game, helping Drew Brees get to a 100 overall quarterback rating on 66% completion. He had 327 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Brian Westbrook was amazing. He had 15 carries for 156 yards and a touchdown. Deshaun Foster, as you saw there, did not have as great of a game, but we got the win regardless because of that amazing performance from Roy Williams. Wright and Simpson also had good days themselves, each getting a touchdown catch, each getting a long touchdown catch, and it was all Eagles for the tackling, although Boss Bailey did have 5 tackles to his name. Sparks and Holt get on the list for assisting on tackles. We had James Hall lead the way in sacks. We had Hovan get that 1 computer sack. We love a computer sack. Sam Hamilton led the way with 2 passes defended. And then Lito Shepard, Boss Bailey, and Darwin Walker came away with interceptions. So, spoilers, the Indianapolis Colts win their NFC Championship game, and we are heading to an Indianapolis-Detroit little Midwest Rumble Super Bowl in 2007. So we've got one more game to go. We've got one more SportsCenter to go. So without further ado, let's send it over to Chris Berman.
I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Colts stroll away with a 14-point win. And last but not least, we had the Lions come away victorious. So before we embark on some serious Super Bowl hype, let's look back and dole out a few game balls for our primetime players from today's conference championships. 32 teams kicked things off back in September, each having this game as their ultimate goal. Only 2 teams remain. One team will stand alone as champions of the National Football League. I'm Chris Berman, and that just about wraps it up. Thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you for the Super Bowl here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
It's been a hell of a journey with this team. I'm really stoked with where we're at. I'm really happy with how we built it, both through trading and drafting and through good signings. And I'm really excited to show you the Super Bowl episode. The live version of it is already up if you want to spoil yourself for it. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to throw a like on the video. Give a comment if you want to. It always helps in the algorithm. And if you haven't yet, smashing that subscribe button is like the most helpful thing that you can do ever. But regardless, whatever you do, thanks so much for watching as always. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next video or live stream. Peanuts 24/7 out.